Okay. Well,
today is a very special day.
For
today we don't have Morgan. I mean,
Morgan.
A very sad day.
Sad day or special day, one of the two. Yeah, he's not here. He's doing very important things, and so important
Your mom.
that he. Well, okay.
I had to do the your mom joke since he was absent, and he usually does those. So.
Yep. Well, yeah, he's not here today, so we're gonna read some shorter stories than the last story we read, and then hopefully it won't be terrible because he's not here and we don't have 3 people. But it'll be fun.
Better something than nothing.
Well, that's
Even
true.
It's half-assed. I wish
Yes.
I had half an ass. I only have a quarter of an ass.
What? How do you?
Sometimes just a fifth of an ass.
Oh, is that why you don't poop ever?
I actually pooped. Believe it or not, I pooped today. It wasn't a full load. Oh, okay, so that leads me to my...
We should not talk
my
about
whole
this.
thought about growing a clone in someone's butthole. And how I figured out how to do it. And my train of thought went from my pooping and how I didn't poop all the way. It led me to start thinking about it. I was like, hold on, your butthole doesn't poop out everything, right? Like, there's got to be some stuff that gets stuck in there. It doesn't get fully pooped out. So there's like poop that's in your rectum that probably hasn't been pooped out for years. It's just in there collecting dust. And so you might think this is bad because like you can't clean it, because if you clean it you'd be dead, and there's no reason to have a clean rectum if you can't use your clean rectum. So I'd rather have a dirty rectum than be dead and have a clean rectum. But if you put cancer and have it spread to the leftover poop in your butthole, you can grow a person out of it. Make sense?
I don't think that's how that works, but we're gonna go with it.
I'm pretty sure it is. I wrote a whole recipe. Look at it.
Anyway, we should get into the stories without Morgan.
Okay.
I guess
we'll
we should.
return to my poop updates next time.
He may or may not have pooped in the next week. We're not entirely sure.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see if I have a clone by then, or if it.
Maybe we won't even need Morgan anymore. We'll just have 2 Antoines. God, that'd be terrible. Anyway,
yes, it is me. The other.
Anyway, welcome to the Circus Mystery Podcast. We didn't say that, but welcome back if you've listened before. Let's read some short stories. Do you want me to go first with mine, or do you want to go first?
Why don't you go first?
All right.
Because I have to find mine, and I don't know if I will, but I'm gonna look, and hopefully, with the magical power of Reddit, anything is possible.
Yes. So my first one is called Run. It's by u/outoftune7. And this one is I think it's a 4-part series, but I'm only going to read the first part for now. And we can cover the other parts in another episode later on, so we're going to start with this one.
Okay.
What
was it called? Something that you said and I'm remembering?
It's called Run.
Oh, hello there.
Hi.
Oh, Jesus. So are you here to do the episode with us then?
Have you started yet?
Yeah, we've been...
I am here to do the episode
well,
with
new
you.
challenger approaches. We're not doing the beginning again because we already fumbled through that, so welcome back, Morgan.
Yes, we have an exciting update. Morgan is here.
Oh, okay. The one thing I will state again is my poop expeditions.
Oh my god,
What?
we don't need to do this again.
So I figured out how to make a clone.
No.
Oh, are you still constipated?
No, I pooped, but that led me... Once I pooped, I had an epiphany of how to clone myself in my rectum.
Epiphany?
I'll explain it to you later since I don't want to kill Micah's brain cells anymore. But...
I don't have any left.
So do you want me to go ahead then?
No, please don't.
Well, why don't you continue with your story?
Wait.
Hold on. Morgan,
It's today's episode.
we're doing
Oh, yeah,
short
give him
stories.
the-
So we're doing like...
We have multiple short stories that we're going to tell. I have a couple. He has a couple.
Scary or what?
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
technically
No, we're
horror,
going to
but...
tell the romantic story between a pig and a lobster.
Mhm.
Oh,
Morgan, do you have OBS on your computer?
obesity? I mean,
No,
No.
that's on you. I need your
Yeah.
computer. Anyway, let's get into it. So,
and I wanna apologize for any sniffing that happens because sick.
You're
And
just doing so much cocaine right now. Oh my god.
I just. Woo!
No, he's smelling my feet.
I also have to shit.
Would you like to do that before or after the episode?
Why don't you go shit and then...
I think I can hold it for now.
Well,
Okay.
we might have an emergency break here in a minute.
Yeah.
But let's get into this first story. It's called Run, and it's a 4-part series, Morgan, but we're only going to do the first part today.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Actually, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna poop.
Okay.
Alright, well,
I'll be right back.
Anyway, let's get into it. First story is Run.
alright, go ahead.
Run.
Lead.
Oh,
Oh, wait, and we are back. Welcome back from the poop break. You all better have pooped, or I will come and remove the poop forcefully from your rectum. Okay, continue.
For legal reasons, that will not happen.
Well, for legal reasons...
Unless you
I'll-
want it to. Then it will, if you want it to.
Sign this form to get your
but
poop removed.
to get it to happen, you need to listen to each episode 100 times, and then you have to spin around in a circle 10 times and jump up and down screaming, "Antoine, come rip the poop from me," 15 times. And then it'll happen.
Yes, I'm the magical poop. You have to say bloody poopy in the mirror 3 times.
Exactly.
Spin around.
So definitely don't try that at home, but if you do, we're not responsible for what happens next. Anyway, Run.
Wait, Micah. What's it called again?
Run. Yeah. Anyway, that's
Like
yep.
the funny mean thing.
It's the funny. It's the funny meme. It's the funny. Did you just come? Did you do your foot
No.
stretch thing? Anyway,
Alright, so, story.
it's only been an hour
Right.
since everyone on Earth, as far as I could tell, heard those same words. I was already walking through the park when I heard them, and after seeing what
What the
happens,
word?
I won't be stopping anytime soon. It's been 2 hours now. I've kept walking. I'm tired, but stopping is not an option. Some people tried driving, but the act of getting in a car requires stopping, even for the briefest moment. And as those already driving when they heard the rules soon found out, it's impossible to move indefinitely in a vehicle, especially in a crowded city. Their screams kept me moving. It's been 4 hours now and I'm exhausted, with the only thing pushing me forward being the fear of what awaits when I stop. And yes, I mean when, proven by plenty of those around me. Eventually I'll have to stop. Some have just given up, accepted their fate, only to
Can I,
immediately regret the
hold on.
decision.
Wait, I have another thing to say.
Yes?
Penis.
The movie where if you stop the bus, it explodes. It goes boom boom. Or if it goes below 50 miles per hour.
Oh, it didn't that happen to the Flash where he like had a bracelet or an anklet on his ankle that like
It was originally a movie called, I think it was called Speed. But do you remember the Cyanide and Happiness short where it was
Speed
that-
Racist?
No, the one
Oh.
where the 50 mile per hour man.
Oh,
Or
Yeah.
where like if the like he's running to catch up the bus, but then going over 50 miles an hour. That's
Yeah.
anyway, is that what it was talking about? Like if he stops, he dies.
Yeah, if you keep listening, you'll know what's happening.
I don't wanna.
Yeah, I think we've heard enough. Moving on.
It's almost done. Some just
Oh.
couldn't take the screams anymore, and most simply don't see the point of continuing. And with every step, I'm starting to become more like the latter. It's been about 6 hours, and for the first time I saw what
Wait,
happens up close.
Ladder. You can climb a ladder.
I was walking aimlessly down an alley,
The
trying to
ladder.
get away from the madness, when I saw a young man no more than 16 crying. It didn't even register at first to me until he made eye contact with me. He had stopped moving. His eyes were bloodshot, and not just the whites around his pupils. I mean the entirety of his eyes were a crimson red. Black tears streamed down his expressionless face, and then he smiled, a wide, toothy smile that would have screamed of joy if it wasn't followed by animalistic screams that would give the biggest horror fanatic nightmares. I wish I would say witnessing his dying moments was the most horrific thing to happen to me today, but then it hit me, the realization that I had stopped moving. And that's the end of it.
What did he look at?
So
He like saw something and then realized that he stopped and then now he's gonna die.
So basically there was like an alien transmission that everyone heard in their brains that said, if you stop moving, you die. And so this
Okay.
person, the main character, was walking, and then they saw somebody stop moving and die, and then they realized they stopped moving. And
We shall call him
How
Jabraska.
dumb would you have to be to like, oh, that person just stopped moving and died. Let me just do the exact same thing.
You're in shock because their eyes are bleeding and their head is gonna explode.
I would see them, but oh, better keep running. Keep on swimming like Dory the Explorer.
Yeah, but there's more parts to the story, but we won't do those today.
Okay, well, any thoughts, Morgan?
Thank you.
Well said.
Good input.
Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on. I think that the soundtrack wasn't quite developed properly. They could have added more trumpets and blaring.
Oh, sorry. Let me try again. Hold on. Run, and if you can't run, then walk. And if you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do.
It's still Indiana Jones.
No, it's only Indiana Jones if you say it is, and I don't say it is, so screw you.
Sorry, it was Illinois, the James.
Illinois Jimmy.
Yeah.
Moving on. You have your story?
I will sell Micah for Raid Shadow Legends.
Yes, Raid Shadow Legends.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us, please.
Is Raid Shadow Legends an actual game? Because I've never played it, so I don't think it exists.
It is. It's not.
Oh,
It's.
yeah, you're right. I've only seen the ads, but I heard that the game itself is not like the ads at all.
I've played it.
Ads make it.
Yeah, I've played it. It's not that great unless they sponsor us. Then it's amazing. It's very different than the ads make it seem. Unless they sponsor us, then it's exactly like the ads make it seem, and it's amazing. I love it. But only if they sponsor us.
It was like a skeleton guy, and he was like.
That one's
going
funny.
through,
I like him.
He was like going through like therapy. He's like, I wish I would, like learn to like apply myself, like blah blah, like that stuff.
Yeah.
Funny. But then they chose to sponsor everyone on the planet.
Yep.
All right, moving on. I have one. Do you want to do mine? Do you want my short one or my long one?
I want your long one, Daddy.
Let's start with the short one.
All right, this one's called the Lampmaker. This one is by user /Zithero Alex Strata, because I just remembered I was saying it. Anyway, nighttime in Victorian England, the streets are dark and wet.
Oh.
Not wet. While walking alone in the dark night, a lampmaker calmly strides. Walking alone in the dark night, a lampmaker calmly strides over glistening cobblestones. Yes, dark night. In his hands is an intricate gas lamp. The glass is thick and brown.
Oh.
And
Just like Antoine's
What-
poop
what?
earlier.
what do you say, Morgan?
What's long, thick, and brown?
Oh,
I don't know about
SpongeBob
long.
SquarePants.
Oh.
SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob.
That in.
It was long and brown under the sea. Squidward. Okay. In his hands is an intricate gas lamp. The gas is thick and brown and hand blown. The glass, not the gas. The gas is thick and brown, hand blown, and made with care. The gas of the lamp's bulb is shaped like a woman kneeling in prayer. The details are precise and intricate and flawless, made by an artisan of otherworldly skill. The man himself walks wearing a heavy raincoat. His eyes are obscured, a haggard, wrinkled face beneath the hood. His thin lips take a labored breaths as the lamp lights his way. Approaching from the other direction is a woman. She is a woman of class and privilege, walking in the streets in the evening without concern. As she approached the lampmaker, it glistened. The glinted fire behind the glass, the bulb, caught her eye.
Possessed by a gremlin for a second.
He is a gremlin.
Pardon me, she addressed the lampmaker cordially. The lampmaker stopped, lifting the lamp to illuminate a pair of dark street. That's not right.
Wait, it's not that hard. just read the story.
Lifting the lamp to illuminate the pair in a dark street.
Good job.
He did not speak, merely casting the lamp's light onto the young aristocrat. Where did you find such a unique lamp? She asked with extreme with extreme incest.
Oh my.
With extreme interest.
Uh-oh.
This lamp, he said softly, approaching her. I made this lamp myself. I am a lamp maker by trade. The whammon looked over the lamp, examining the fine details of the woman's face in the prayer. Is that what? In prayer.
In what?
Prayer. Oh, in prayer. The woman in the lamp. The lamp is a woman. Alright, the lamp is shaped like a woman.
How long is this story?
So the woman, it says woman. I'm halfway, or I'm most of the way done. She appears to be pleading on her knees. Her hands clasped together in desperation. The emotion captured on the glass was so powerful, so much so that the flickering light behind her face made it appear as if she were crying. The aristocrat half expected the bulb to be canvas. The aristocrat half expected the bulb to begin to sob. Period mark. You're quite a skilled artisan, she said. You're quite the skilled artisan, she said. Oh, sorry. You're quite the skilled artisan, she said. How much do you sell these lamps for? There's no price, said the lampmaker, which I can name. He offered the lamp. Please, tell me what you think it is worth. The woman reached out for the lamp as he handled her.
I'll handle you.
As he handed her the handle, it slipped from her gloved hand. The woman heard a shriek, which she dismissed as her own. The lamp crashed down and shattered onto the cobblestone road. Rather than the oil bursting from the flames, the flame vanished in a puff of white smoke, leaving the woman and the lampmaker in darkness. Oh my, I'm so sorry, she looked at the lampmaker. I will replace your beautiful lamp. Name your price. The lampmaker smiles with an eerie grin, his teeth brightening the darkness around them. That's fine. That's fine, love, he said. That's fine, love, he said. That's not what he said. That is what he said.
Oh my god.
His hand reaching up for the woman before him. I'll just take yours. Okay, yeah. That was it.
Oh. So that was your short
What
one?
do you think? That was a short one.
Oh, uh-oh.
A much longer one.
Uh-oh. We should save that one for another day.
Okay, I thought that one was pretty short.
Well,
So
it would be
basically,
short
do you
if
need
anyone
an
else was
explanation?
reading it. But with your constant...
Well,
is
I'm
that what he said?
slow and
Is that... Who did he... What did he say? Where did he... Who did he... Wait, let me say that again. Oh, wait.
Basically, like, the lamp was like a trapped soul, and the brick lady broke it, and then he was gonna take her soul and put her make
It's
her
like, give me
into
your soul. Give it to me.
Get.
That was the most upvoted story on this subreddit, actually, I think.
Was it? Anyway, yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. Not bad.
Oh,
Interesting.
No,
Morgan, what did you
not
think
at
of
all.
it?
No, never mind, that was a lie.
Oh,
it's up there,
I
though.
like the old lady.
There was no old lady.
Oh, then why does she sound like that?
I don't know. Oh, I guess she's an old lady then.
so how old was this lady?
It's just she was a rich aristocrat. It doesn't say her age. In Victorian England, so by now she's pretty old, yeah.
Morgan, what were your thoughts on the Lampmaker?
I heard the voice of the lady.
Oh. Antoine, what were your thoughts on the Lampmaker?
I liked how, and I would imagine it would be rainy. It was a neat little short one, not very spooky, but it was like, oh, he's he puts people in the lamps, and that's cool. A little overt with it, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Overt, obvious.
All right.
Oh, it's also part of like some other lore thing that's in this other subreddit. I have no idea what it is.
We can do an episode on it
It
later.
links to like another subreddit. No, it's like a whole. It's called the Guardian Temple. I don't even know what it is.
So this could be a character
Yeah, it's
from another thing that we have no idea what it's about.
yeah. I think it's like a like a whole subreddit about like I think it's like a whole creepypasta. It's like a whole little creepypasta multiverse. I think.
We should cover that in another episode. Do a full episode.
Yeah, they're
on
they're all connected to the Guardian Temple.
it. Moving on. I have some good stuff coming up next year. I'm excited for this. Do you guys know the
Oh,
subreddit?
he's French. Look at that.
Shut up. Do you guys know the subreddit 2-Sentence Horror?
Oh, I think I've heard of it. Kind of weird. I don't really get those.
Morgan,
Like so,
What?
it's like when you're like
put your
one
game away and
sentence
listen.
is like, I just flushed the toilet. And then the second sentence is like, but my keys were in there.
I'm not playing right now, though.
What have you heard the subreddit then? Do you know what it is?
I have heard.
I don't listen. I don't want to do Reddit.
Reddit does you.
Anyway, so there's this subreddit called 2-Sentence Horror, where you have a horror story that's written in 2 sentences. And then there's a Twitter account.
Not really a story.
It is a story. There's a Twitter account called Bad 2-Sentence Horror.
And then you
I literally heard nothing
Morgan
you just said.
Became Megatron.
I said, and then you see him. He breaks into a sprint.
Shia LaBeouf.
He gets down on all fours.
Anyway, so there's this Twitter account called Bad 2-Sentence Horror. I'm going to read a few of them and we're going to talk about them. Here's the first one. It's cool how our lips are covered by the same skin as our anuses. That being said, when I licked my lips, I felt a little tickling in my ass.
Ooh, what?
It's a 2-sentence horror story. It's how scary was
It's not
that?
a story at all, though. It's just like a little.
I screamed my pants.
You screamed your
pooped
pants?
My eyes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Here's the next one. Genie, I wish
my
my
mouth.
parents were dead. I told the genie just before he was sucked back into the bottle. I went downstairs and there they were still there alive and well.
Oh, my brain. What? Speak normal speak, please.
Genie, I wish my parents were dead. I told the genie just before he was sucked back into the bottle. I went downstairs and
Why
they
does it
were
say
still
genie twice
there,
in that sentence?
alive and well.
Wait, so we wanted them to be dead, but they weren't dead?
Yep.
Okay.
I think
First
I
one's
think it
better.
means that that's not their real parents, and that they were adopted or something. I don't know. Let me find another good one.
I did tell my dog he was adopted. Or-
Oh, this one's really good. I found this one earlier.
right. I was just called a fur bag.
Stop playing games,
I didn't know Wookiees were so disrespectful.
Antoine.
The Death Star. What?
Stop.
I'm listening.
I don't.
I'll
Oh,
find scary stories. Just pick a bucket and like go kill someone with it. And they have a scary story to tell.
how do you
But they're
kill,
dead, so they can't tell it.
how do you kill someone with a bucket?
Oh, get creative. That's your job.
Okay, let's.
I
Okay,
ain't here
here's
to
how
tell
I
you
do it.
I just tell you how to do it.
I put the bucket over their head. I died flying
Really?
side
You pee in the
Godzilla
bucket,
flying sidekick
And you
them
take
right in
their
the head.
dog.
No, shh, I'm telling my story. I put the bucket on their head. I Godzilla flying sidekicked them in the head with the bucket on it. And then when they're all discombobulated, I take the bucket off and swing it, slam it right in their face hole, creating a new face hole. And then they fall down, and then I pee on the bucket, and then I dump it on their face and drown them.
My idea. I copyrighted.
I'm gonna go break something. Hold on.
Oh my god. I heard
go
a
for it.
I heard a scream.
Oh wait, no, I didn't tell the story of how I killed someone with a bucket.
I don't care. I heard a scream down the street and ran down to help the person. But I looked at why the girl had screamed and saw God in front of me telling me I was going to be in heaven for trying to save an innocent person.
I don't get it.
I don't either. That's the point.
Then why? Okay,
They're
this is
funny.
dumb.
They're
These are spooky ones.
they're bad 2-sentence horrors.
It's not funny if it doesn't make any sense. Is it- Okay, I'll give it one. Are you ready?
Here's a good one.
Walking my dog. Oh,
What's the problem? The doctor asked me. Vomit comes out of my penis, I said.
and that's a good one.
I don't know why people or how
Yeah.
people come up with these. Well, this one's kind of funny.
Does people vomit out of the penis?
I assumed the cute guy I hooked up with at the party was joking when he told me he was an alien, but the joke was on me because a pregnancy, let alone one that lasted 19 months so far, is not something I ever expected to have to deal with as a gay man. This bad 2-sentence horror Twitter account has been trying to find SpongeBob Yowie on the AI image generator.
What
Yowie?
was that?
Yowie wowie.
It's
I don't watch SpongeBob.
it's
so I don't know what that is.
gay anime porn.
What?
Hold on, my cranium itches.
gay hentai, or is that?
We have time for one more story. Do you want to tell your last one? A short one? Very short one?
So, let me find it. I closed the tab.
Why did you close the tab?
'Cause I thought I wasn't going to use it anymore.
As you
Fine.
can tell, we're very professional here.
They're bonus.
I'm drinking creamy root beer.
I'm drinking creamy cum.
I'm drinking piss.
Do you want my elementary school was haunted, or I made it out after 5 years in the forest?
Which one's shorter?
My elementary school was haunted.
That one.
Actually, no, they're both about the.
Elementary
This one's just
school.
harder to read because there's no. I'm gonna do the other one because the other one is harder to read because there's no like indents. I finally made it out after 5 years in the forest. It was a while back. I had just finished my junior year of high school, and my parents and I had some. Oh, this is by Strong Disaster 7895 on Reddit. It was a while back when I just finished. I already read that part. Okay. So to go on a camping trip, day 1. The day was like any other day when it started happening. We were eating some PB&J sandwiches when Brody brought up that he was hearing things when he's. What the hell? Just lost where I was as I was reading.
Oh, Antoine. Classic Antoine.
But the PB&J's got me distracted. We were eating some PB&J sandwiches when Brody brought up that he was hearing things when that. What? It's happened again.
Oh, this is gonna be
PB&J
a long
sandwiches
story.
when Brody brought up. I need a highlight to help myself follow along. Brought up that he was hearing things and was seeing figures outside his tent. When you described a giant grater with long pointy fingers. What? What he described as a giant grater. What's that? Okay, a giant grater with long pointy fingers. He said it was about 7 feet tall. We weren't buying into this, and he said it was probably a squirrel or deer, but it
What?
did kind of put us on edge for days to come.
Wait, hold on.
How does a squirrel have long fingers?
How do you...
What?
A squirrel that was about 7 feet tall and had
Maybe it was 10
long
really skinny
fingers.
squirrels.
Just all 10 squirrels in a trench coat.
It was,
They were trying to sneak into the movies.
yeah, 10 squirrels in a trench coat.
Oh, Alvin and the chip. Oh wait, no, that's chipmunks, not squirrels.
Day 2, it started. Day 2, it started with the smell of rotten flesh. After checking around, we found a squirrel's dismembered corpse in the shape of a pentagram on a stone. What?
How do you make a
The
pentagram
corpse
out
was
of
in
a
the shape
squirrel?
of a pentagram.
You just stretching the squirrel all
I think
over
you
the
ripped
place.
it a couple new buttholes.
Anyway,
It's like when when dinos glitch in Ark, Morgan.
Morgan's gone.
What?
Oh my god.
You know in an Ark when you kill a dino and it glitches and it stretches out.
Yeah. Like when it
that.
stretches.
You mean like what he just
Yeah.
said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Sort of like when it stretches. Brody was running back towards us. When they saw the pentagram, they heard screaming. Brody was running back towards us, but it wasn't Brody. So why would you say that Brody was running back towards us if it was one? It wasn't Brody. It looked like him. It spoke like him, but it wasn't him. This thing had deep, never-ending eyes and no jaw. In horror, John picked up a rock and bashed the thing's head in. I looked inside and we only found a deep void and didn't even see a skull. We went back into the site to pick out things when we were Brody with the what? To pick out things when we were Brody with the stick. That's what it says. We went back into the site to pick out things when we were Brody with a stick through his throat on a tree. Okay, so they saw him with a stick on his throat in a tree. John 3 up, then we left. We ran until we found a new place in the forest. Day 5, everything was fine up until day 5. We started seeing things just like Brody did. Until the night when John started stabbing himself with a hunting knife. I stared in horror as this happened. I didn't seem to like him, but it was him. It didn't seem like him, but it was him. I was so scared I ran away and looking for an exit in the interminable forest. Day 10, I ran, but I never found the exit. I was looking around when I found John's corpse with the words, "We know you're here, Landon," and that's when I felt scared. I ran and ran until I eventually found the exit I ran and searched for our car and drove off to the police station. I tried explaining the story, but they wouldn't believe me, and eventually I was arrested for the murder of Brody Adams and John Green, but he never left the forest. Later, police created a log after 5 years of the case being cold. We launched an investigation to find 2 dead boys going off on the suspect. We checked the forest, and that's where we found Brody Adams stabbed into a tree, and John Green, who had multiple stab wounds. That's when we saw our London suspect, Landon Wire, the gun to his next to decomposed corpse. We looked as the analysis came in. 2 shots in the head created by himself, and a cut off arm. We don't know where his arm went, but we assume he ate it. We picked up a journal and read through it. We were in horror. We got radio from the station that Landon started banging his head and again and again on the walls. But Landon is right here, I said in horror. We took all the bodies, went back to the station where we confirmed their bodies and identity. Then we shot the other Landon dead, and that's when the cold case of 5 years was finally solved.
What?
That's it.
Huh?
Are you guys alive?
I don't... Okay, wait. So, there's these dudes. They're walking in the forest. The one dude is like, hey, there's a 7-foot tall squirrel with long fingers. And then everyone else was like, haha, you're a loser. It's not there. And then later they find a squirrel that's been stretched into a pentagram on a rock. And then they find their friend getting impaled onto a stick through his face. And then they run away.
Yeah.
And then later, one of the other friends stabs himself over and over for no reason. I think. He just kind of stabs himself. Right?
Yeah.
And then the main character is like, hey, that's not cool, and runs out of the forest.
It's not.
And then he goes to the police and he's like, hey, these people are dead. And they're like, haha, that was you, we're gonna arrest you. And then they went to the forest to check it out, and the person they arrested was there dead, shot in the face twice by himself, apparently. I don't know how that works, but okay. And then they...
Once in the balls, then in the face.
They said 2 in the head, though. I don't think your balls are in your head.
Unless you're, like, weird or something. I'm pretty sure your balls are in your head.
Sure. Anyway, that's why you have so many cavities.
Balls.
So then the police are like,
I had 2. That's not so many. I had more when I was 10. Anyway.
The police were like, hey, your body is over here in the woods, so we're gonna shoot you. What? How does that work?
Hi.
So, no, the police...
Because they killed the guy they arrested.
He was arrested for killing them, but he was innocent. And then 5 years later, they wanted to find dead boys. And they found the dead people like that many years later. And then they saw him who killed himself in the corpse in the forest. And he cut off his arm. He ate his arm. And they had like a journal and stuff, but then Landon was also with the cops.
So wait, so Landon went
So the guy they arrested, they found dead in the forest.
So they went with Landon out into the woods.
No,
And
Landon wasn't with them. It was the officers, and Landon was in jail. And they found him dead in the forest.
And so they killed him?
No.
Read the last part of the story again.
Oh yeah, they did kill him. I forgot about that part.
They just fucking killed him. They're like, hey,
it wasn't.
This isn't you.
They kill him because it wasn't real.
We're gonna kill you now. But what if it was just somebody who looked like him? There's like, hey,
no, it was like
you.
him. Because it was a monster that was like, looking like people. Like in the movie Smile. Alright, we watched that movie, right?
Yeah, that movie that we all watched, definitely.
Like everything we talk to can be related to Smile.
Smile.
Talk
It's
about
all
it.
Smile.
Yep.
Everything is Smile.
So basically, it's like it was like a shapeshifting monster.
How do you lose his
killing
arm?
them, making them kill it. He ate it. He ate it.
What?
It literally says he ate it.
He ate his own arm?
No, because they found him without an arm, and the police are like, "Okay, we can only assume that he ate it."
He what? He ate his. He
It
was
says
like,
he ate.
he's like, well, I guess I'm hungry.
Yeah, it says right here. And the cut off arm. We don't know where his arm went, but we assume he ate it. So they just assume that he ate it.
That's a normal thing to assume. You know, because if you find someone without an arm, clearly they would eat their own arm. Well, that was fun. We got some good short stories in there. Good job, team. Any final remarks? Any final points of interest?
I'm sick and I don't like it.
Yeah, so
You have a story to tell, Morgan?
Morgan's gonna be calling in on the next
I
one,
don't-
but Antoine and I will be in person.
Oh, are we done? Was that it? Has it been an hour yet?
Mm-hmm. Sort of. This might be a shorter episode.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you for listening. Follow on all of the everywhere. Go everywhere and follow the podcast.
Except
Go
for Apple Podcasts, because that place is
no. Yes. Yeah, we're not on Apple Podcast yet. We're getting there. Trying to figure it out. But go yell at Raid Shadow Smatto Medgens, Made Matto Medgens, and tell them to sponsor
You
us.
are-
no, because they're weird.
Go tell them to
Totally
sponsor us
weird.
and give us all their money so that we can make funny ads for them. And also tell Dubby that.
Oh, if they give us money, then maybe.
Next episode, I'm really looking forward to. We start getting to some true crime stuff. We're gonna figure out some murders, put on our detective hats. It's gonna be really fun. I'm excited for it. So make
Can
sure
I
you
put
keep
on
an
my
eye out for
detective
that.
beanie.
Yes, you can put on your detective beanie. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure you're getting notifications. Follow the podcast so you get notifications when we upload. Yeah. Anything from you boys?
I would like to single-handedly kiss everyone out there who's listening.
Yep, if you listen, you may or may not get a kiss from Morgan himself, but you have to listen super intently.
No one
you
under
listening?
18 though.
Yep.
I'm not gonna go to jail again.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Again? Who was the first one?
My fault. My fault.
Yeah, Micah's.
Oh, was it Micah? Was it him?
Maybe.
Yeah, he lied. He said he was.
Do you think the food at jail is good, or is
No.
it? Do you think it's better or worse than the food in like schools?
Better.
I'd imagine it would be kind of ass. They give you like an old hard piece of bread and like some Joe that the last one didn't eat, but was like slightly vomited in because people keep vomiting out of their penises.
Yep. God, I hate when
Weird
that
place in
happens.
prison. Lots of penis vomit. Have you ever vomited out of a penis, Morgan?
What?
Have you
Anyway,
ever
we'll
vomited
see you
out of a
later.
penis?
Yeah.
Have a good one.